Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Wherever
We
you
are
might be.
here. I'm Dawn.
And
And
I'm Britt.
we here today to talk about love, y'all. Yeah, the last day of February, our infamous Black History Month. But we gonna talk about love today, okay? Yeah.
Yes. Hey.
So I'm just gonna start out telling, I don't know. I'm gonna start out with the quote from the Bible. We're gonna have many perspectives today about love.
Okay,
And
let's go.
chime in. Let us know your perspective. So, from 1 Corinthians 13:13, it says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast,
It does not.
it is not proud, it's not rude, it is not self seeking, it's not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always persevere. Love never fails. I think that's deep, y'all. I think that's
Yes, it
real deep.
is.
Whether you
And that's,
believe in the, go ahead.
oh, no, I was going to agree. It is deep. But today in society, it has shown itself through people to be in a falsehood. They put a timeline on it. They give it too many barriers. And that's why we don't see true, genuine love as we normally have growing up, like in the past. In the past, you saw the love, you saw the genuinity, you saw how pure it could be. Now
Mhm.
it's just, oh, I love you, and 5 seconds I hate you in the next 2 minutes, and then there's the envy, and then there's this, and that's not even what love represents. Everybody said love is love, and it is, but truthfully, as you stated, love is God, and that is everywhere. Um, I
Mhm.
have this ring that I purchased many years ago, and it says God is love. And I wear that because that's who I know who can love me more than myself and more than the next person, whomever he may be that may come along. But with that bonding and relating of knowing that you can build something so beautiful with that.
I hear you there. And regardless of if you believe in the Bible or not, love, just breaking down what the passage says,
Amen.
gives us depth about love, you know, more meaning of love, not to, oh gosh, not to generalize it,
Right.
but just
Right.
to do everything in love is how I take it.
Yes. Yes.
Um, even looking at the past,
Mhm.
love for your mom, your dad, your relatives. It's just deep. It shows you how much you would do for one person when there's love involved. Um,
Oh, when you said that, the ultimate love that none of us can actually, as humans, say that we can do is the ultimate love and the ultimate sacrifice of God, agape love. That is the ultimate love. Um, as humans, there are 7 types of love. Okay, we have the eros love, which is basically what we show, romantic. We have the philia love, which is the friendship love, and of course we have the storge love, which is like empathy. You have empathy, oh, I feel sorry for you, whatnot, what have you. Then there's the pragma love, which is commitment and companionship, and then ludus is what you flirtatious love and playful. Well, that last one, that agape,
Yes.
that is the epitome for God to send His only begotten Son, as John 3:16 said. For God so loved the world, He gave His only begotten Son, and that so who shall believe it shall not perish but have everlasting love. How many can say that they would give their life? I mean, I know mothers or parents can say they will, give their life for their children. Well, outside of that, who would you give your life to knowing out of love? I mean, that's a question to think about.
Yeah.
That is a question.
That's some deep fatherly love.
Oh, deep and rich love.
That love goes deep to, He reaches us with His grace and His mercy.
Amen. Amen.
We're up,
Amen.
we're alive today. That's part of that agape love. He said, "Oh, we need to grant you another day. Let's live that agape love."
Oh, yes.
Speaking on that level, I don't know if some of you guys heard of Eros.
Oh, yeah.
Eros love is deep. It's a Greek philosophy, guys. Gosh, it talks about your life energy, which I believe most people share when they find that one, as they say. It's that Eros love.
A romantic, passionate. Yes.
Yeah, that life energy. You connecting to the other person that you fond of. It's deep. It's deep. It shows your compassion towards another person.
It does. It does. I mean, that's yes.
Long and firm. But guys, there's so much about love. So much. The love you have for a spouse, the love you have for your children. It's amazing. Just amazing.
Wow. I mean, a lot of us desire to have that type of love. And a lot of us deny it because of fear of past circumstances and situations, when that also is love in a sense, because it teaches us how to recognize real love versus the love that we thought were real. Everything that we go through is a way of God teaching us to, like I said, to know the difference, to understand, to have wisdom, and to definitely know how to communicate with one another as people, because that's what we're supposed to do. Is first things do out of love. We're supposed to forgive out of love. We're supposed to use wisdom out of love. We're supposed to, pray within our hearts. And is it hard? Yes, it's work. Anything worth having, worth doing, worth keeping or managing, it's going to require love, and it's going to require work. The question is, are you willing to do that? And then in the process of doing that, this is a question I asked when I were in a class in Bible study. What spiritual substance are you willing to chew on in order to maintain it? Are you just going to continuously to do it gallivantly, or are you going to sit here and pretend and play? Because everything that you do, remember this too, what you reap is what you sow. Whether if you reap in love or you reap out of fear or you reap out of negativity. Love exudes all of those things, regardless of to how you may look at it from a perspective, fleshly view.
Got it.
And again, it goes back for me. God is love.
Yes. Because
So
I do, though. I try to do everything in love. That's how I'm able to forgive. That's how I'm able to serve. I do everything
yes.
out of love. Not just
Ooh.
talking about that relationship love as boyfriend, girlfriend, or spouse, or even husband and wife. Um, it is patient, as the Bible says. And it
Yes.
is kind. And I have to remind myself of that in life. I really do. Because Dawn be wanting to take over sometime. And Dawn is not nice. Yes, y'all. Y'all heard it right here. I'm human too, y'all.
Yes, yeah, we're going to make mistakes, but what makes you bigger is recognizing your mistakes and your weaknesses to be better. Because I hear people tend to say, "Oh, I'm gonna be, be better than it." Making yourself better does not necessarily mean you're making yourself better than the next person. What it does is make you recognize the things in yourself that you need to work on, which self love, which is one of the Bible's philatia, that's self love, which you fixing
Mm,
yourself from being better than you were yesterday.
yes.
You recognize that that's growth. To know that, okay, I've messed up, what's my problem, what's going on with me. And then another thing, keep a journal. Have a
Oh.
journal to show your daily progress and to show where your heart and your thoughts were.
Hmm.
I go back and read some of the things I've written and I'm like, oh, I was. But when you become conditioned with the world, in a sense, either one or two things happen. Either you become lessened and not understanding yourself and the
Hmm.
self-love you carry, or you begin to recognize those things and you realize, I got to do better,
Yeah.
not just for myself, but I want to leave a legacy of the love
Hmm.
that God left for me and still leaving. It's so beautiful. It's a thing that you cannot necessarily have a one defined description to.
Hmm.
None whatsoever. None
And
whatsoever.
it's true that leads to growth. It leads to growth. To really examine yourself. That's self-love. Looking in the mirror,
Yes.
making some necessary changes when you need to. It's not easy, trust me. Um, Not at all. Yet it's good. It's worth
Oh,
right to help this journey
yes.
called life
And
roll
daily
on.
yes. Yes, and doing daily affirmations. I know it was something that was said, and it was a while back. I can't remember the talk show, but it basically was giving ways to understand who you are and where you are in love. And it asks you to give you daily affirmations that you put on your mirror, your wall, whatever you look at, and just know that when you do this, and if you are a believer, you know, you're not doing it alone.
Right.
You're not doing it alone. You're walking with God, not He walking with us because He's always been with us, but you're
Mhm.
walking with Him, and your walks, like the poem, footprints. Your
Oh.
walks, He's carrying you
Mhm.
along your way.
Mhm.
He's
And we know
with
sometimes
you.
we don't feel like that, y'all, but
Ooh, do we not? There have been plenty of days where you're like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't want to give up. I can't go on. But if you pray and ask God to give you that strength, trust me, it's better than an 8-hour energy drink. It will give you the boost that you need. So
it's real.
just, just know and to the single people out there, including me, love is there and it is where we need it to be, but we have to go through the process of preparation in order to receive it just as they are.
Mhm.
And sometimes the one ultimate thing that we have problem with within love is patience.
Oh, yes. That's my big one. That's my big one, y'all. I got it for these kiddos out here, but for adults, woo, baby.
Oh,
Mm.
Father.
I'm like, Lord, keep
Oh,
working on me, keep molding me. Yes, that patient thing is
yes.
business. That'll actually will help you in any relationship, though, guys. Being
Yes, it
patient.
will.
Uh,
Yes, it
it leads
will.
to some good communication skills you need um, with your spouse, your significant other, your kids, whomever, work relationships. Um, it takes precedent. It takes precedent.
Oh, and understanding your love languages.
Ha,
Aha!
ha.
Um, Everybody's love language is different. Some people's love language is spending time with you, that's quality time. Some people's love language is, oh, let me buy you. I'm not saying that's the best, but you know, figure out a way to actually, if that person can communicate, because sometimes some people can know how to convey their
Yeah.
feelings or emotions. But like she said, like my friend here, Don, said, commitment and communication. If you can communicate, sit down. You may not necessarily agree on everything, but
Mhm.
learn to also say, I agree to disagree.
Mhm.
um,
Yes.
that's a love too, because people think that everything is supposed to be in bond, everything's supposed to go butters and cookies and flowers and rainbows.
Mhm.
The storm also helps us learn to love, because as they said, it was in a movie, without the rainbow there, if you don't have rain, how did you
Mm.
obtain the rainbow?
There you go. There you
So
go.
yes, you're gonna
That's
go
good.
through. That's a true definition of love, when you can ride the storm with your partner, and you have that victory because you stood grounded, and you was resilient.
Yes.
Then you have obtained some of the ultimateness of love, and you still have to go through each level, and there are many levels, many levels. Many.
Yes, that is true. Oh, that is so, 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 so true. Um, Going back to that journaling part you was talking about. Oh,
Oh, yes.
guys, it just help get your thoughts out. So when you do agree to have that disagreement with whomever it is, you can write your points down. It works. It's genuine. It helps
It
um,
does.
to come to a
Because you're giving each
resolution.
other different perspectives. You are. You're giving each other different perspectives. And sometimes our perspectives are very much different than the next person. But it's not something that cannot have a healthy drawing or a healthy debate to give clarity, because sometimes, just like Miss Don may say something that I might not look in that perspective, but then she's like bringing clarity to, like, oh well, I didn't think of that,
Hmm. Hmm.
but you accept it in love.
Yes. And again,
You
sometimes it
do.
ain't easy, y'all.
It's not. It's not.
OMG is all I have to say. Um, Gosh, it's really, really, really deep, this love thing. It's, I think just the foundation should be of everything. Um, so we can have a more probably peaceful society.
Uh,
um, Not judge one another, you
mm,
know, not criticize.
mm,
Um, it it will smooth some things out, and it'll bring
it
you back
will.
full circle, you know.
It does. It does. And you just have to stay patient, persistent, and
Yes.
purposeful
Hmm.
in everything and all that you do. That that's a tough thing, but it's not something that cannot be done.
Hmm. Hmm.
Definitely. Definitely.
So back to the passage, guys, because I have to touch on this. It says, it is not rude, it is not self-seeking, and not easily angered. That's another thing that Mr. Hall works on. That's what I'm working on, y'all.
I think we all are.
Um,
Oh, and self-love. When I researched it, it basically gave me a scripture. And it said Matthew 22:37 and 40. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And then the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So, practice it.
yes.
Practice it. And don't look at your shortcomings as failings. Study them. Take time to understand what made me do this. Why was I feeling this way? Meditate. Oh, do some meditation. Turn off your television, turn off your phone, put yourself in your prayer closet or your room or in a space that you know you can give God honors and praises. I'm told this every single day by the woman of God that I am under, my apostle. She is a wonderful teacher. I thank God for her in the ministry of deliverance and discipleship. When I say that family loves, they love, and they love out of correcting, picking, pruning, teaching, not just talking, but showing in action. Hey, I did this, but this is what my results were. I prefer you to, if you can, look at it and make sure you do it the right way.
Yeah. Self-development, what you're talking about, guys. Self-development, part of that self-love. Start to you. Do things for you to bring your healing. We all have been through things in life. So that self-love will help bring that self-healing. Take a staycation, guys. Take yourself out.
Okay. Date yourself. Date yourself. It's okay. It's okay to date yourself. And then too, with that's a process, because as she said, self-love, you can't really necessarily love somebody else if you haven't loved yourself.
This is true.
It's not easy. I will say that. It's not easy. But it's a must. It has to be done. It's a necessity. It's a necessity. Yes, Lord.
One day you're looking at me and say, Dawn, or you, I love you. Tell yourself.
Okay.
It feels good. It really does. Take small steps. Yeah.
Yes.
I know some folks be talking about how you talk about the self-date. People are like, oh, I don't want to go out. Yeah, you do. You do. You got to learn to enjoy yourself first.
Oh.
You enjoy yourself first, somebody else going to enjoy you, even your friends. Goes back to self-development, growth within yourself, healing. And you want that healing. That way you're not bitter. That way you're not easily to anger. As I think I'm hopefully Lord at the end, but I'm a process in the making, y'all.
And that's all right, because that's part of when you testifying your flaws to others, that's love. Because you're opening yourself to say, hey, I'm not perfect. I don't always get it right. I don't always have it right, but I'm working on it. And you know what? When we're speaking of love, if you guys can see, I have my shirt on. It says Love 365 24/7. And this was created by, and I want to throw a little shout out there to ZRP Designs. You can find them on Instagram. She is a wonderful creator. She has very creative thoughts, and she's very open to anybody giving her your thoughts and creativity of what you want on a shirt, a glass. She's also as like the wine. She has these wine holders where you can put the wine here and it holds here. She has very good designs, but check her out because I love her designs. She's very awesome, very good at what she does.
Awesome.
Yes, so I have my love shirt. So, I would like to hear a lot of people. We would like to hear your thoughts on love. This won't be of course, I don't think, will this be our last segment on love? This is the beginning of it, correct?
Oh no, we can always pop in, tune in. Most definitely.
Yes.
Um,
So, yes, we
get more
want to
in depth.
hear.
Bring some of folks from here to talk about it, get their perspective.
Yes.
Like the mental health side, guys. It helps keep you grounded.
Mm, very
Um,
much.
I just can't stress enough about that self love. That self love. It's going to protect you. It's going to preserve you. And it's going to make you better for you and for others.
Yes.
The essence of love is amazing.
Very
Amazing.
much.
So please love on you guys. Self care. Go get a massage. Just go get a manicure, a pedicure, something simple.
Take a
Get your hair
drive, go get
done.
ice cream by itself, sit by the water. Listen, okay? Go sit by the water, go sit in a park and take in the sun, the grass, the birds. Just look at your surroundings, look at yourself. Even if you're at home and you're like, hey, I'm gonna go out there, you can be at home and you have a glass of wine if you want to, or pop, whatever you prefer, and just sit there and just, enjoy the things about you. Write down the goods and the bads, and then look at why.
We had someone chime in, Mr. Arles Jones, who we interviewed, I believe last week. That was our photographer.
Hey, Mr. Jones.
He said Malcolm X once said, "Take time to enjoy the finer things in life."
Amen. And I agree. Because if you don't, you're too busy getting distracted with all the things that are around you that really holds no value. You want to have things that hold value. You want to have things that would, like we said earlier, build you to, strengthen your character, to be wise and to be knowledgeable, but mostly don't be ignorant. And when I say ignorant, it doesn't mean that you're stupid. It just means that you need to be, well knowing of who you are, whose you are, if you're a believer, and of the person that created you as the creator. So, yes.
That's good. He said, take trips and images. He's like, play games that bring laughter and life.
Oh, I love to play
He
board
puts in
games.
there, play in the snow. Okay, Mr. Jones.
Yes, okay.
Good. I don't miss the
Yes,
snow, okay?
sir.
Sorry, y'all.
Yes, sir. Oh, and I love the board games. Oh, that's a family fun day. Oh, to have. You know what? I miss those times back in the day on Fridays, and I know everybody does it. We had Family Fun Day Friday, and which was like we had fish and French fries and corn and all those things. But then we also had the games like Candyland and Uno and things like that. Man, we need to bring that back. We need to have a game day. Who's out there willing to play games with me? You might get beat though, I will say that.
OMG. So you're a competitive spirit. That's what you are, huh?
Yes, Mum. I like it. I love it. But I'm also a good loser. I'm still talk smack to the very, very end. It doesn't matter. But just enjoy yourself. Enjoy this life that we've been given, this precious, precious gift. Yes. And for those who are suffering, I would deeply have you in my prayers. Yes. I know things and times are hard. We're struggling. A lot of us are. And just know that it's not going to be like this forever. Just stay true, focus, endure it. Stay resilient. Just know that you can strive above this. This is not the very end. This is not what's spoken for. This is just spoken as of now, not forever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's true. So all that time going through a breakup, heartache. Um, it's okay to cry. It's okay to let it out. Just don't stay there. Remember your
Exactly.
self-worth. Remember how you
Ex-
love you. Um,
exactly.
move forward. Get your healing.
Exactly. It's a
One moment,
process.
one day at a time.
It's a process. You're speaking to the choir. I've been
Yes.
divorced 2 years, and it took time, but at the same time, I knew that I had to, and I know everybody's not going to have that bounce back. But if you cry, okay. If you cry for 2 weeks, but you wake up, smile, look in the mirror, do the exercises as the gentleman, Mr. Tyrone Noman says, look in the mirror and do your 5 smiles. Do it. Just count it. Do it for like a few seconds. Smile. Look at yourself. Smile and give yourself those affirmations. Don't, like Ms. Dawn said, don't stay resident in that depression and misery, because it will pull on you more than you anticipated. And it'll have you to start thinking of things that, what could have I done to change it? Or am I going to be forgiven? Or how do I forgive? Or, no. Do not lay bondage in what your past has the ability to teach you. Allow it to manifest in a lesson, and that you are wise enough and you ask for wisdom and knowledge to know that I understand why I went through what I went through.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we love you guys. Remember that self-care, that self-love. Love on you every day. Oh,
Every day.
affirmations and your self-talks to yourself. I use sticky notes that be on my mirror, and I look at it every
Yes.
morning, and I try to say it every
Yes.
day, to help uplift me, to help keep me going, to keep my wholeness going.
Yes. And
So,
sometimes, oh, it's so cute. I used to have a box, like a tissue box when it's empty, and I would put like little pieces of notes in there and pull it out for that day to remind me of things, or make little jokes or whatever. And then people started seeing what I was doing, so then they would come by my desk and pull out a note, and I would look at them and they would look at me, and I'm like, So that when they see you doing, then they follow suit, not because of who you are, but because who is in you. So
yeah,
if I learn to do those things because God gave me the wisdom to, now that love is spreading.
yeah. I love
Lord is with
that.
me. I love
That's
it. I love it.
awesome. But guys, we thank you for listening to us, um,
Yes.
chiming in. Oh, one more comment from Mr. Jones. Oh, yes. Yes, this is good. This is good. This is good, Earliest. He says, this is good because there's a lot of mental health and not enough situation of healing.
And it
Medicine
needs to be
is
acknowledged.
always the way. He says, because people get addicted to that and they become suicidal. He says,
Very
love yourself.
much.
Love yourself,
Yes.
the depression, the sadness, the bad relationships, the pain, the disappointments. You only have one life. This is real. This is so real. This is so, 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 so real.
Yes. And I love that. So I love you all, and I thank you all, especially for those who have reached out, those who are asking questions, seeking answers. And if we don't know, we're going to learn together.
Yes, we will help you find out, help you get help. Yes, most definitely. Um, that's part of being resilient, guys. Um, being strong, being encouraged, being loved. That's what we're out here to do. So chime in with us, you know. Listen.
Yes, please do. We would like to hear from you guys.
Mr. Jones says, Britt, your accent. That's love.
I know. Thank you so much, Mr. Jones.
Well, guys, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. It is a beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful day that God has given us. Whether you on whatever atmosphere of the world, enjoy your Saturday.
Yes.
Love you. Practice that self-love, that self-care, and one moment, one day at a
At a
time
time.
leads to being resilient, guys. Stay well and stay safe. And we're praying for you guys. We are
Thank
praying for
you.
you guys. We love you.
Love you.
Have a blessed Saturday, guys. A great week.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye.